Hello again, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of Human Resources. And so far, so good. Everybody's doing real good. Those that are in there. Um, Let me jump in here to last week. The first week. So the first week, uh, homework, the discussions. You had the 3 options, different topics, and we had real good interaction there. So that was real good to see. Sometimes on the what I call the earlier classes, the level 100, 200, people still haven't gotten their way around the discussion forums. But you guys all doing real good, lots of feedback and forth, and bringing up different options. And one of the things on the discussions is, different points of view, learning from each other, finding something somebody else didn't notice, that type of thing. So just keep doing what you're doing on there, and you'll be doing great. Homework, again, the ones I've looked at, no problems. Everybody's getting it. So so far so good. So I'm just gonna jump ahead here. Um, you got doing week 4. You got your research component. That is pretty straightforward. And I like to remind people to be working on them ahead of time instead of trying to rush during the last week to do it. You got the website here, got some straightforward questions. So I mean, that should not be too difficult. If you got any questions or anything, just get in touch with me. Let me know, and we'll do that. Let's jump into week 2 here. Week 2, you've got your chapters 5 through 8. You got the presentation. Now the presentation on this particular thing we got put into one file. Um, the downside on it, depending on your point of view, you can see it here, but it's 200 and all the 5 through 8 chapters. There's 237 slides in here, but it's all the chapters put together instead of 3-4 different files. It's just all on one. So as you go through here, me personally, I like slides because it gives me bullet points. It's a visual. So for me, aside from the reading, you need to do a reading of the chapters, but pretty much most everything is in the slide. So as you go through here, those you've been with me before, I always kind of harp on things like definitions, concepts, things like that when you're looking at stuff. And then most of these like on quizzes and exams, these type of things are in those there. So, but again, pretty much everything you know is in here. Down thing is, it takes time. Again, those of you hear me mention this quite a lot. You have to spend that 5, 10, 20 hours a week, applying yourself. If you're only putting in a half hour or an hour, if you're having problems, that's part of the reason you'd be having problems, because it's just a time factor. It just takes time. It also takes reviewing, going over the second, third time. Me personally, I don't get it the first time. I have to go back again, and even a third time before it, the sponge thing works here where you absorb it, so that's the presentation part. Discussion. Let me let's get here to the discussion. Okay, just like week 1, you got like 3 different topics you can choose from. So this topic also in past classes always interesting. Got a lot of good examples, ways of approaching the different scenarios here. So also, if you can mix it up a little bit, the first week it looked like there was a good balance of all 3 of the topics. So that allowed everybody to look at some different things and good discussion there. So if you happen to keep doing that way, that's great, because we'll get a lot of different viewpoints in there. And then on the let me see, the homeworks. Again, the homeworks are pretty much the same each week. Thing with this upcoming one here is right here in it's on chapter 7. So you got the page numbers here, the question numbers, and the page number there. So that's pretty straightforward for the homework. And judging from the first week, shouldn't be any real problems with that. So that's also a good thing. So no real issues there. What else? Dun, dun, dun. And then of course you got your quiz. And somebody did find an error on one of the quizzes last week, so I'll be going in there and fixing that for anybody that it applies to. So if you happen to see something's wrong or you think is wrong, let me know, and it's possible it could be something wrong because these databases got transferred over about a year ago from another database, and so sometimes there's some things get messed up in there in that transfer. Or there might be two right answers, and it's just the system. There's a glitch in there. So just let me know if you see something. That way we can take care of it. Again, to review last week. Like on discussion posts, they're due on Wednesdays. If you're late on that, if you happen to email me ahead of time about some legitimate excuse, you do lose 5 points on that. There's also the thing of participating in the discussion. Once the week is over, and you're posting after the week is over, you're no longer participating because there's nobody interacting with you. So there again, you lose points there. So I just want to make sure everybody's clear on that, so we're not having any misunderstandings down the road. But otherwise, okay, so otherwise, real good first week. No issues. Few of you have been in touch with me. We've addressed whatever that is. Just remember, I like the attitude of you're not here to fail. So that's you're here to your ultimate objective is to don't let yourself fail and achieve your goals. And yeah, there might be obstacles or things that might get in the way, but you need to figure out how to get around it and make school part of your life, because it is part of your life. It's an everyday thing, not just on Sunday night thing. So let's do that. And otherwise, I think we've got that's about covers it for this week. So the only other thing is my little test question. And I think if there's anybody a St. Louis Blues hockey fan, you might appreciate uh, this particular picture. So anyway, that is it. So everybody have a great week. If you need anything, get in touch with me. Use the inbox system here, call or text, and that'll be good. So take care, everybody. Have a great week, and talk to you next time.